Well, how we doing? It's Monday. Don't know the date, couldn't tell you, don't really care. Get this thing a little closer to me. Well, great weekend. We got a bunch of snow, and then Saturday, Sunday came around, and had thunderstorms and rain, and there's no more snow in the yard, which, you know, I don't care one thing about snow, whether we get it or we don't. I know it's helpful sometimes. I know it's needed, but it is what it is. Now, probably here in a few minutes, I'm gonna get buzzed by a stoplight because a few minutes ago, well, probably about 5 minutes ago, EMS went flying down the roadway like 100 miles an hour plus. And then not even 3 minutes after that, 2 deputy sheriffs went flying down the road. I mean, if I had to guess speed-wise, I would say between 100 and 120. And then another emergency service vehicle, which I couldn't make it out. I couldn't tell what it was. It ran code 3 all the way up until about the intersection of 251 and 434, and he went silent. And then when I was adjusting the antenna on top of the roof, heard more sirens, a fire truck, and but it came from Colesburg area, and I mean, he was running balls to the wall, and he started slowing down as soon as he passed 251. And right now I'm looking at him right now over there in Scotty's old asphalt yard. He's sitting there. I guess they're staging. There was I guess, I hate to use the word battalion chief, but it was some kind of a chief car behind him. So I'm not for sure what exactly is taking place, but I do know engine 1 is across from me. He's disco blinking like you wouldn't believe. So I imagine probably within about 3, well, I would say 3, but at least 5 or 10 minutes, stoplight's going to be coming in again. Matter of fact, stoplight. You won't be able to, you can't see him, but you'll hear him. Here he comes. He's coming somewhere to the south of me. I don't know where exactly. But I can hear them turbines. Once you know them engine turbines, you will never forget them. But getting back to the snow and rain, I kind of enjoy it this way because I can see all the mess in the yard, and I can see all the water puddles and where I need to fill in and make the yard a little bit smoother and everything else, pick up certain things coming out of the sun. He's going to be loud here in a second, I'm going to tell you right now. Yep. He's coming right above my head almost. There he is. I just wait. Because he's going to get noisy here in a second. See if I can tilt my camera back and get a peek at him again. Above my head. Matter of fact, there he is right there. If I had to guess, he's about 200 feet off the ground. There, peekaboo, I see you. Zoom it all the way out, flip it back around. Oh, the turbulence off them turbines. The wind's blowing even more so. But anyway, like I was saying, I had an incident Sunday morning. A tree fell on the back lot, crushed my fence. My goats are out running. Shit. I guess that's the ambulance and police cars. Unmarked cruiser. Ambulance. Yep, they're going to take somebody to the stoplight. But anyway, I had a tree fall on my back pen area, and Sunday afternoon, I was going to my mom's house, and 3 of my goats kind of turned the corner, kind of staring at me like, "Oh, it's you!" And I'm like, "What in the hell y'all doing out?" And then I was sitting there and I was like, well, shit. And I saw the tree had fallen on top of the fence, and that crushed it good. So part of this afternoon I was back there restructuring, taking down, because I got my chainsaw back finally. And what I'm going to have to do is well, part of the fence the tree fell on is non-salvageable. There's no way of fixing it. So I'm just going to have to cut it out, completely remove it. And if I choose to put another type of fencing up, of course I'm going to use cattle panel, because the fencing that was on the back part of the yard was welded wire. And welded wire is not bad for a temporary long-term type fencing, as long as you don't have anything. Well, if you have like chickens and rabbits, stuff like that, it's great for. Small dog, good for. Large dog, goats, not so good, because they can bend it and they can maneuver it to where they can get out really easy, and it's not worth it. So, but as far as cattle fence goes, it's the way to go. It's heavy duty. Of course, you might have to get some weld wire to put across the face or back end of it to keep certain things from sliding through and getting through, or chicken wire. But it's okay. It's no big deal. But yeah. Of course, I'm glad it happened right now, because it gives me enough time to kind of dick around and maneuver certain things and get certain things situated for this coming this coming spring and summer. Because where that part of the tree hit the fence, I had thought about getting a couple of like raised beds, kind of like what I'm going to be getting here soon, to put over there in the partially shaded, sunlight but partially shaded area, because that is what some of the things I have planned on growing, they like that kind of material. Partially shade, not too much sun, well drained soil for like a raised bed, stuff like that. So that's kind of like what I was thinking, because I was like, what, if I just get them out of the way, clean up the area a little bit, put a raised bed or 2 in there, load it down with some seed, and let it just walk away from it and let it do its thing. So that's what I'm kind of looking at. And then I was looking at my porch, not this afternoon, but yesterday afternoon, after all the rain had gone through. And I was like, man, I gotta fix this, make it to where it's more presentable, and put some kind of a. And I saw this on one of my people I knew's porches a while back. They had like welded wire, but it was rubber coated or plastic coated, and I'm gonna put across the face of it, and that way, it keeps the barrier from somebody's kid falling off or somebody slipping off, or you put, like, say you put a container up here, it won't fall off the side, things like that. And plus it has that country kind of appearance to it, so, and that's kind of what I'm wanting to go for. So And then, of course, my nephew, he's already reported back to Fort Hood, so that's a good thing. And he went back to Fort Hood. I made him a bunch of cowboy candy, some of the pizza bread. I get cold, I yawn a lot. Let you know ahead of time. But on top of that, he took some homemade salsa. I gave him a few jars of homemade salsa, and the only bad thing about it is I have a feeling when he gets done with the jars, he'll probably just throw them in the trash, which I hope to God he won't. I'm going to send him a message here in a little while and say, hey man, just don't throw the jars away. So I'm going to tell him to, if he knows somebody that does any canning or something like that, just to give them to him, because I highly doubt he's going to mail jars back to me from Fort Hood. So just tell him to give them to somebody down there that does some canning or something. Just don't throw them in the trash, they're too valuable. But yeah, so much I got to do around here. I'm just so thankful I got my chainsaw back, because I'm looking at this pile of wood over there on the side yard that needs to be cut up drastically. And I meant to talk to my stepdad about going in halves on a log splitter, and I forgot to the other day. But I got plenty of time still. I just know it's colder than shit out here. Whew. I get too hot, I get tired, I get too cold, I yawn my ass off. Go figure on whatever. Now, I looked at I didn't really look. I tried to find some beehive containers at Rural King, because they've already started breaking all kinds of spring stuff and things for spring and summer and everything else, which is about normal for them. And I was like, you know what, they're already breaking that stuff for spring and summer. I'm gonna see if they got any beehives out yet, or bee containers. And haven't seen none, so it might be still a little early for that. But if their prices have come down compared to what they were a while back, I'm probably going to pick up at least two box hives. I'm going to pick up 2 of them and get everything I need for them and everything else. I'm going to start up with 2 boxes. And I guess I might order me some bees this coming year. Because if I do, I'm going to put them back here behind me, back here by the back fence. And okay, it's taking off. I thought another one was coming in. Yep, there he goes. Cotton Eye Joe. He's coming up kind of like it almost back to me. Let's see which way it goes. Does he go to Louisville or does he go to Bowling Green? Probably go to Louisville. Right now he's going west. Well, he's going southwest. He's kind of going back towards the hospital, but my thing is, I don't see why you would fly somebody from here to the hospital by the time they wait for the helicopter in. Hell, they could have driven to the hospital. No, he's circling around. Let's see. He's going towards... Unless he's making a giant circle around. Let's see. Looks like he's going towards Flash J. But I know he's not going to Flash J because that's a small hospital over there. Looks like he's circling around going back towards Louisville. Oh well. But man, I tell you what, I got so much stuff lined up. Whew. I got 5 trays of tomatoes. I went to the store. I know I shouldn't be buying tomatoes from the store, but I went and bought a big old bag of them from the store the other day, put them in the fridge, got nice and thick and kind of hardy and cold and everything, and so they'll keep a little longer. I sliced them up kind of thick, laid them in my dehydrator. I got about 5 trays in my dehydrator, nothing but tomatoes, and I figure Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning they'll be done, and I'll grind them up into a fine powder and add it to my other resource pile I have of all the other stuff I have, because that's one of my secret ingredients in some of the stuff that I make. And people ask me all the time, how do you get the tomatoes in the bread and or some of the other things I fix? And I'm like, well, I have a trick to it, and I have a little secret. Of course, I just told somebody all my secrets, so it is what it is. But man, I tell you what, I'm freezing my ass off. I might just cut this video and go back inside where it's warm and make another video tonight. But I think I'll do that. Y'all have a good evening, and I'll see you again tonight. Part 2 coming up.